Hi, this is David with entry number 275, coming at you here in Kangwon City at about 5 o'clock p.m. It's early afternoon, and it's been a nice tepid day, I would say. It was raining on and off. Festival's still going hard. Today was a national holiday for a lot of people. Well, it wasn't a national holiday, it was more like I don't know what the equivalent in the US would be. It's kind of like a day that's not technically like a national holiday, but is recognized by most businesses, but not all. So I don't really know what the equivalent of that would be, but maybe like Columbus Day. Maybe, no, not Columbus Day, because no one cares about Columbus Day. But yeah, it was voting day or election day, so a lot of people had the day off, so there's a lot of people at the festival now. It's going real hard. Probably going to be a late night. And tomorrow is a school holiday for like, I think about 60 or 70% of Korean schools, but my school doesn't get that day. So going to school tomorrow, and then Friday is another national holiday. Not sure what it is, but yeah. Anyway, I wanted to say that yesterday I did go back down to the festival, and I purchased this coffee here from the coffee festival people. They're promoting the coffee festival, so they're doing like a little coffee roasting demo and selling Ethiopian Ethiopian Yirgacheffe G2 coffee, and that one was roasted yesterday, so pretty fresh. I'm actually in the process of making another batch of cold brew. So actually, I think, no, I won't show you. I'll show you kind of like when I'm done about to filter it, because I got these kind of like, I'm sorry, I'm holding this watch, hold on one sec. Okay, I bought these bags for Korean soup, or broth making, or what's the other kind of broth? One broth has meat in it, meat specks, and the other one is broth and I forgot what it's called, but I don't know, for you cooks out there, one is just bones, and one is bones with meat on it, which is broth. Stock is the one that's just bones and vegetables. Anyway, to make a Korean traditional broth is very similar to Japanese, where you use a combination of sea kelp and some kind of dried fish. So in Japan it's almost, no, it's not almost, but it's very common to use shaved tuna, I think, and then it's been smoked and dried, and it's a very delicious stock. It's what they use for miso. In Korea, it's much more common to use anchovy, which is also used in Japan, I should note. But in Korea, you use these big, like 3-inch long dried anchovies that you remove the head and the gut, and you make stock with it. And you use these bags, stock bags. I have it in the cabinet near the camera where it is right now. But they're kind of like the perfect material for making cold brew coffee, because they're plastic, and plastic doesn't have any flavor, and they are very fine mesh, because a lot of these fish, even though you do remove the gut and the head, they will have sand in their body somewhere, and Koreans are very, and Japanese and Chinese for that matter, are very pedantic about, not pedantic, but particular about having no particulate in their broth. So they're very fine mesh, and that's perfect for a cold brew, because it's basically acting like a giant tea bag. And the bags I bought are about like that, so they're like twice the size of a sandwich bag, if you can imagine a sandwich bag. It's like a Ziploc, and they have a little drawstring that you can cinch down, and no grounds will come out. So it's really an ideal way of making this, and I have it in a nice, I'm looking at it right now, and I have it in a nice big container where there's lots of room for it to kind of move around and get good surface area exposure. So this will be a 48-hour brew I'm doing, so Friday evening is when I'll pull it. So far so good. I mean, it's infusing right now. Right now I started with 700 ml of filtered tap water, and then I add about 300 or 400 ml of ice on top, and then the coffee grounds and bag will absorb probably somewhere close to 100 to 75 ml of water, so that's a net loss. And then I will have the end result will probably be close to 1,000 to 800 to 1,000 milliliters of cold brew. And the first one was my proof of concept, so I just made about 500 ml or 400 ml of coffee. So this one should be really like full flavored. I used four things of 23, which is like 67, 82, 72 grams of coffee. So a lot of coffee. Like it filled the bag to about halfway. It's a lot. I did the math and kind of was like, is this really worth it? But if I buy my coffee at Coffee Belt, the one that has the cheap coffee, it's very much worth it because it's very inexpensive. Like 4,000 a bag. I only would use about 3/4 of a bag, so that means it's about $3. So yeah, very cheap. And those stock bags I got at Daiso, which is like a Dollar Tree equivalent in Asia. They're Japanese, but they have them in Korea as well, and so it's very cheap. So it's not really cheap to make. Today was actually really fun. I started out pretty slow, but I met up with my co-teacher and we went out and went to the cafe. She also helped me exchange my fan. So I have my fan. I got a new fan because the other one didn't have all the pieces in it, so this one will work really well. We went and had popping Sue at Santorini. If you have my Instagram, I posted a picture of the popping Sue, which is the one I had a couple days ago. And then I also was treated to a free Dutch coffee in a little glass, and the owner was very nice and kind, like he always is. And yeah, we talked for a little bit. That cafe is wicked. I like it a lot, and I'll be going there again in a few days, so I can guarantee that. Anyway, yeah, today was really fun, and I'm probably just gonna keep it pretty low key for the rest of the evening. I got some ramen I'm wanting to make, and yeah, everything's been sorted pretty well, so I'm very happy with how things are turning out. If that's not obvious, and I say that a lot now, but I think it needs to be said. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a little bit more of an in-depth conversation. There's some things stewing in my head, not about like continuing, but just about like life and philosophy, personal philosophies that I've been kind of mulling over the last couple of days, so probably get to that tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. This has been entry number 275, and I will talk with you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.